That's what I mean by honor. Our next reader is Lauren Mauldin. As an undergraduate, Lauren took top honors in the North Carolina Poetry Contest. She is a hopeless animal lover and honorary Texan. Lauren currently works as a content marketing manager, but this fall she heads west to the University of California at Riverside to begin their MFA program in creative nonfiction, and we'll miss her.
This is a piece about ghosts. My husband has been dead for a year, and I'm in a love triangle with an opera singer and a ghost. I don't love the opera singer. He's a mile marker along the side of the road that I need to pass. If I knew I'd be a widow by 30, I would have slept around before I met Tim. I would have given in to Ryan, the tall, pockmarked faced male best friend of my male best friend that pulled me next to him on the ratty green leather couch in my college apartment on a night we were drunk and honest. He told me at 3 a.m., "You are drawn to broken people." Maybe I was, but now I'm just broken. I am not drawn to opera, and if he's broken, I don't care to find out how, but I need to have sex with someone else. I need to stop sleeping with ghosts. It was his voice and his height that drew me to opera. His voice was a thick baritone that had girth to it, even when he mumbled the simplest of words. The second time we met up, he played me a recording of him singing Carmen, and I melted a little as I listened to that voice pour out from his cell phone in the parking lot outside a bar. A voice like that can make you fall in love. But I wasn't thinking about love when I invited opera over. In my bedroom, I kept a large print from my wedding on my dresser. Its silver frame is engraved Tim and Lauren, and in the image we're kissing on the gray arched stone of an old bridge in City Park, New Orleans. I look at it every night before I go to sleep, but before opera arrived, I smudged it face down in the panties of my underwear drawer. I tried to joke with the husband who wasn't there, "You're not going to want to see this." But I couldn't smile as I spoke the words out loud to no one. It was an action that felt stuck between respect and deceit. I still love the ghost. He communicates indirectly. I went to see some friends after the birth of their first child, and they showed a mysterious Neil Gaiman book that arrived in the mail. Nobody knew who sent it, but Gaiman was Tim's favorite author. Months later, my friend called me one night to catch up. I sat on the back porch smoking a cigarette as we chatted. "I wanted to wait to tell you this in person, but who knows when that will be. I saw Tim the other night." I stopped breathing. "Yeah?" "I decided to read Eleanor, that weird book, the one I now refer to as the Tim book, since we never figured out who sent it." She paused, but I didn't make a sound. The cigarette burned away untouched in my frozen hand. I was sitting in the nursery in that state between being asleep and awake, and I saw him standing in the doorway. "Tim," I said, "it's so good to see you. We all miss you." He kind of stood there for a second. Then he said, "Oh, that's nice." Then I asked him, "Have you seen Lauren? You should go see her." He kind of shrugged his shoulders and went, "Meh." And then he said, "Tell her I'm okay." That's when I woke up, she finished. While she talked, I silently sobbed. My hand covered my gaping mouth and my body rocked back and forth in the lawn chair of my back porch. Sometimes you forget how much you love a person. One night, opera falls asleep after a rapid, solid sleep of satisfaction. I was wide awake. I decided to let him nap for 20 minutes and turned my back to him to look at the soft circle of gray wall illuminated from the lamplight. My sudden desire to be alone unsettled me. Opera stirred in the middle of my bed and stretched his arm out to spoon me. It felt nice to be held for about 30 seconds. Then I remembered who he was and who I was and felt trapped by the dead weight of his arm. I wiggled away with even less personal space than I had before. 15 minutes passed. He didn't move. 25. He started to snore. I reached for the remote and turned on The Bachelor. All the contestants were tan, thin, and on an island. Curled up in a ball watching, I could feel the fat rolls under my chin. 40 minutes. I turned the volume up. An hour. On the show, a girl wearing a white lace bikini sobs into her margarita. She couldn't decide if she loved Vinny or Jack. Opera slept. I hated him a little for who he was, but mostly for who he wasn't. After I had resigned to be awake and motionless for the rest of time, he finally woke up and left. When he texted that he wanted to hang out again, I messaged back that I was just really busy and now wasn't a good time. The next time he reached out, I didn't respond at all. In the world of modern dating, ignoring someone is commonly referred to as ghosting. Every 3 months, like clockwork, I still get a text from Opera. I never respond. I guess we're all haunted by something. 2 weeks after he died, the ghost talked to me. In the bedroom of our old house that was now empty of him, I lingered in the world between dream and life. I felt a man holding me. It was generic form at first, strong arms wrapped around me and face on the pillow where he used to sleep. My head tucked into his chest, my arm curled up tightly against his torso. I wanted to fold my body inside itself like origami, compacting all my edges into this form that slowly appeared to be my husband. As soon as I felt it was him, I had to pull away and look. The pale skin with a slight olive hue, the thick black stubble, the woolly eyebrows, always with the rogue hair. The face I knew better than any face. I miss you, I said, the simplest understatement. I'll always be here for you, he replied, the impossible promise. On the pillow next to me, his expression was bright and clear. The ghost grinned wide with his round cheeks that made his eyes squint when he was happy. Now, let me take a look at those teeth so I can see what the problem is, the ghost said with a goofy voice. For a while before he died, my wisdom teeth had been hurting and I complained to him about it. I opened my mouth wide for the ghost, and he pretended to hold a magnifying glass to look at my teeth. Ah, yes, these are looking much better, he said. They had stopped hurting days ago. The ghost got serious and stroked his fingers down the curve of my face. I'm sorry you have to deal with all of this, he said. I was afraid to speak again. I didn't move. I lay there staring at his face, at his warm brown eyes, trying to memorize every detail while he stroked my hair. Then Pascal suddenly barked. I blinked, and the ghost was gone. In the dark, empty room in the land of the living, I thought life might be manageable if he would visit me again. That was a year ago. I still look for him everywhere. Thank you.